I never thought the day would come that I'd be allowed to approach the altar. So, I'm supposed to wake the divine dragon. A frightening thought, but I mustn't let the divine dragon oversleep. Steel yourself, Pandreo. Divine One! Ah, I see you are awake. What a divine sight. As a cleric, I have no choice but to pray.
Was the meal to your satisfaction, Divine One?
Oh, yes. It was delicious. Thanks so much.
Could you look me in the eyes, please?
Sure?
Perfect. Keep on looking right at me. You have such an intense gaze. Tell me what you're feeling in this moment.
Nothing much, really.
Have I stirred your heart so little? Let me ask you again. I'll whisper in your ear this time. Has your lunch with me today brought you any feelings of contentment?
Oh, very much so.
I knew it. Oh, I'm so glad. Tell me more about these feelings.
Well, I'm so content I couldn't eat another bite. I'd be really curious to learn your recipe.
My recipe. Not exactly what I had in mind, but if that's really what you want, I'll teach you.
Happy morning, Panette!
Good morning, Yunaka. You seem to be in good spirits, as usual.
Always! It's one of my redeeming qualities.
In point of fact, I have been meaning to ask you about that. Why do you insist on pretending to be cheerful all the time?
You think I'm acting? You think I'm so talented I could keep it up all the time? I'm flattered.
Do not bluff a bluffer. I can tell that this is not your true manner. When I began serving the boss, I had to swap out my own dialect for a more proper one. Since then, I have had a keen ear for others' false tongues.
Takes one to know one, doesn't it? I can't answer your question, though. If I spoiled the mystery, who would you harass with prying questions? My hands are tied.
So be it. Forgive me for probing. But this duplicity, somehow it does not sit right with me.
The princess's singing advice proved a bit, challenging.
Indeed.
Marin, take all that oomph and hold it right under your belly button.
Mystifying. What is oomph and how does one hold it?
The funny thing is, I kinda get it now. When I focus on the spot right below my navel, my singing voice does get steadier.
Though her counsel was nigh inscrutable, you followed it well. Commendable.
Thanks, Panette. And remind me, what was it the princess told you?
She said, you're at a wah wah wah. I need you at a D D D. I was dizzy with confusion. Dizzy, I say. But when I tried to put her advice into action, something unthinkable happened. It worked.
Perfect. Now no one will even think to call us the Racket of Solm.
Certainly not. All across the queendom, we will put smiles on faces.
Instead of holes in eardrums.
At this rate, we may soon be ready to put on a concert.
A concert, huh?
Our listeners will be so mesmerized that they'll call us the Sirens of Solm.
Ooh, that would be incredible. I want people to call me a siren.
Now I'm all a quiver. Let us resume practicing Toot Sweet.
I agree. We have to get Expecta Trifecta ready for showtime.
Yes, we'll combine our voices into an angelic harmony that does the boss proud. How come you've never told me off for running away from home?
Why would I? I was glad you got out when you did.
Huh. I always imagined you'd hold a grudge against me for flying the coop.
Nah, I just wasn't brave enough to do likewise. Wasn't sure I could make it alone. Meanwhile, look at you. A retainer. You struck out on your own and made a life for yourself. I'll bet those parents of ours would be glad to see how well you're doing.
I doubt it. They probably don't care about me one way or another.
Listen, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm not one to keep secrets. Mom and Dad tried to find you.
What? Wolf dung? There's no way.
I was surprised too. Maybe they were just concerned about keeping up appearances. Hard to say. At any rate, that's the truth. I figured you should know.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Time to begin our cooking lesson, Panette. We are going to roast a chicken.
Marvelous! The boss is quite partial to foul concoctions.
I'm not sure that phrasing makes sense to me, but all right. Here's what we're working with.
I see. So this bird has been roasted and is ready to serve, correct?
What? Of course not. It's absolutely raw. First we'll put in some stuffing, and then we'll roast it. Over fire.
Oh, I see.
We'll use these vegetables for our stuffing. Would you chop them into fine pieces for us?
With gusto.
They're only vegetables, Panette. They don't fight back.
Here comes the finishing strike.
Well, I'd say you've chopped them into complete submission.
Why, thank you, Miss Goldmary. I am happy to chop further if need be.
No, you've been very thorough. If you chop them anymore, we'll be having soup. We should also not be seasoning with splinters from the cutting board, but we'll let that go. Now let's stuff the chicken with the veggies, put it on a skewer, and roast it up nicely.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes?
Is it ready yet?
We only just put it on the fire.